Hi, this is Zak Mir with the weekend edition of the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe. It is Sunday, the 25th of June. Starting off with the S&P, where we've fallen back below our previous target, around 43.60. That leaves the risk now of a test down towards initial June resistance, which is 42.80.90, and that could happen obviously by the end of this month. Worst case scenario at this stage is a test of the 50-day line at 42.10, but hopefully that may be avoided given the fact that the RSI is still well above the neutral 50 level, 59, and we've already come back quite a lot from that peak. In the unlikely event that we can sustain 4,400 or plus, then it could be that we're looking at 4,700 as soon as the end of the summer, so that might be, let's say, by August. Moving along to the stocks, and a new name coming up here, Big Digital. Here we've got a beautiful turnaround here with the shares basically crossing the 50 and 200 day lines back in March and progressing at an accelerating rate ever since. We've got a rising trend channel here from back in June last year. That's heading up towards $7. That's its resistance line projection, and above the old resistance on the way down, basically back in March last year. That's around the $4 area, looking for $7 as soon as the end of next month, on the basis that this should start accelerating to the upside. Recent recovery in the crypto area has helped Coinbase, which is trying to rehabilitate itself at the moment. There's a line of resistance there from back in March, and the 50-day line around the $60 zone, above the 50-day line, which we managed to clear on Friday. That's and in fact the 50 and the 200-day lines at $58, and above that resistance line from March at around $59, looking for a move up to a resistance line projection from the end part of last year, back in October, as high as $90 plus over the next 1 to 2 months. So hopefully a move the kind of move that we saw in January, February, going to be repeated while we hold above the 50 and 200 day moving averages. Onto a stock which is new to the chart breakers, and new to me in fact, 5E Advanced Materials. Here a break above the 50-day moving average, beautiful key reversal to end the week, key reversal on the upside obviously. Bullish divergence going into this, so up to the end of May we had the RSI treading higher, even though the price was treading lower. And the view at this stage is that the longer we stay above $4 and the 50-day line, the greater the chance of a move up to $7 by the end of next month, and a nice bounce off RSI 50, which tends to be a good continuation signal as well. So the RSI really helping 5E push forward. The curiously named Fingermotion is next, and here the stock has managed to break through the 200-day moving average, which is now rising quite sharply. It's hit our initial target around $3.60 and then come back slightly, but the view at this stage is that an end-of-day close above $3.60 should be enough to get the shares up to that early December resistance line projection at $6 as soon as the end of next month. So basically above 3, looking for 6 on Fingermotion. Stock which was covered some time ago but is back in the mix is ICZOOM Group, and here we had a rising trend channel which was drawn from back in March. The initial target there around $6.20, above $6.20 on an end of day close basis. We can now refresh that target up to $8.60 as soon as the end of next month. Nice consolidation above the rising 50-day moving average, and a nice RSI bounce on the last dip at the RSI 50 level, so it's a double signal there for a break of 620 to lead to 860 on ICZOOM. Stock which is new to us is the interestingly named Lulu's Fashion Lounge, which has had a massive jump to end of the week. The current view is that above resistance on the way down around $2.80, looking for as high as $5, and obviously there's the initial resistance at the 200-day line, $3.50, but $5 the target here, while we're above the $2.80 level for Lulu's Fashion Lounge. Good to see the next stock back in the selection, obviously after the basis, after a rise for the shares. Initial target here for Lyra Therapeutics was up to $4.90. Above that, we're now upgrading ourselves to $6.20 by the end of next month, and looking for that while we're above the resistance area on the way down around the $4 mark. On to another recent riser, which is looking to maintain that rise. Here we've got Miromatrix, and here again another strong end to the week. Rising 50-day line suggests that above $1.50 and recent support. We're heading for the 50-day, rather the 200-day line around $2.80 initially over the next couple of weeks, and as high as $4.20 by the end of next month. Nice basically cup and handle reversal there, with the handle looking pretty strong there. Gap to fill up to $2.40, so hopefully that will be done pretty quickly by the shares, and bullish divergence going into the turnaround for the stock. On to the next situation, which is one of our frequent flyers, Marathon Digital, and slowly building up here with the target up to the top of that rising trend channel from November, $16. Looking for that while we're above recent support at $11. That was the old resistance area pre the breakout for the shares, and it'd be nice to see both the 50 and 200-day lines rising to support that move to the upside. Just 3 to go now. First one is coming up in the form of Smith and Wesson, where we seem to have had a nice, what I call the handbrake turn. So pushing down and then gapping up from below the 50-day moving average at $12. Above $12, we're looking for as high as $16.60 by the end of next month, presuming that however the economies go, people will always want to have guns to shoot each other, so that keeps the shares in the mix. And the higher lows for May and June especially, well, the bear trap reversal for June especially pleasing there on a technical basis. Sientra has made a lot of appearances here in the recent past, and here it is again with the turnaround after the gap that we had earlier in the month. Gap fill rebound, looking for an end of day close above the 200-day moving average at $2.60 to take us up to as high as $4.30 by the end of next month, within that rising trend channel from October. Another repeat for a stock which I think I covered towards the end of last week, Talaris Therapeutics. Again, handbrake turn. We had that handbrake turn on Thursday, but then the shares pushed higher on Friday, which is very encouraging. Initial target here up to $3.30 or $3.40. Above that, looking for $5 by the end of next month, especially while we remain above the top of the gap and the rising 50-day line. That's it from me today. More updates during the week.